Good morning. I'm Samriddhi K.C. These are the headlines of the hour. Kantipur Probe Committee submits report to Attorney Office on cooperative fraud and money laundering charges against Rashtriya Swatantra Party Chair Ravi Lamichhane. 37 out of 51 defendants absconding. Government prepares to provide subsidized loans to 700 new entrepreneurs from February. Loan application and selection process underway. Canada's finance minister quits over Trump tariff dispute with Trudeau. Freeland move to push Trudeau's already shaky minority government to a brink. And Nepal to clash against India in ACC Under-19 Women's Asia Cup today. Match to kick off at 11:45 a.m. Nepali time. Welcome back. The Kantipur police has submitted a report to District Attorney's Office with a statement that 51 people, including the chair of Rashtriya Swatantra Party Ravi Lamichhane, should be made defendants in the case of misappropriation of Surya Darshan Cooperative's fund of Pokhara. Out of 51 defendants, 37 are absconding. It is reported that 1,514,019,194 Nepali rupees is yet to be recovered from them. The police have explained that the defendants should be prosecuted for crimes related to the cooperative fraud, organized crime and money laundering.
37 जना अहिले फरार हुनुहुन्छ भने 14 जना चाहिँ कारागार र हाम्रो हिरासतमा गरेर 14 जना चाहिँ प्रतिवादीहरू पक्राउनुहुन्छ.
The defendants range from the officer and members of the board of directors of cooperative to the directors of the company with the funds of the cooperatives were illegally invested. Among them are former DIG Chabilal Joshi and Chief of Baglung's Torpatan Municipality Dev Kumar Nepali. Nepali is in custody in Baglung jail pending charges of misappropriating the savings of Image Cooperative in Baglung and Pokhara. Former DIG Joshi was arrested on 22nd of September and Rashtriya Swatantra Party Chair Lamichhane was arrested on 18th of October. As the 90-day time limit for investigating the money laundering offence comes to an effect from the date of Joshi's arrest, the court will submit the indictment to the court within 4 days. After studying the report submitted by the police, the Public Prosecutor's Office registers the charge sheet and it is found that the case can be tried in the court. After that, the debate begins behind the closed doors. According to the order for the detention hearing, the defendants can be made released on the bail or sent to the prison for pre-trial detention. The government has started the process of giving loans at subsidized interest rates to about 700 new entrepreneurs from the second week of next February. About 1,500 people are going to be selected this week from more than 5,000 applications for loans to startups. The government has allocated 1 billion Nepali rupees budget for the startups. The Industrial Business Development Foundation had asked for an application on 11th of August for such loans at 3% interest rate. Last year, the institution that gave a loan of 500,000 to 2.5 million Nepali rupees is trying to give at least 50,000 Nepali rupees this year. Last year, the foundation gave loans of 170 million Nepali rupees to 165 people, out of which 95 people have paid the loan and 149 are paying the interest. This year, even though there is no mandatory arrangement to pay loan and interest, the entrepreneurs have started returning the money they earned to the government, the foundation said. So far, 6 million Nepali rupees principal have been returned. Although 185 people were selected last year, the money was stopped when 5 people were blacklisted while giving the loans. The foundation has informed that 2 people have not received the amount even though they are qualified, and 11 people are in the process of receiving the remaining amount from last year. Speaker of the House of Representatives Devraj Khemire has stated that the public has developed a distrust towards the parliament. Speaker Ghimire said at the book release program held by Parliamentary Affairs Journalist Association that the public trust towards the Parliament has started to decline as Member of Parliament are active in other work rather than the parliamentary activities. He said that it is thought proving topic as efforts are being made to weaken the democratic system in recent times.
सांसदहरू निजी काममा बढी लाग्ने अथवा निर्वाचन क्षेत्रको काममा बढी जाने, संसदीय गतिविधिमा कम आउने, समितिहरुमा कोरम नपुग्ने, समितिलाई महत्त्व नदिने, ऐन कानुनहरू बनाउने कुराहरुमा खास गरी ऐन पास गर्ने कुराहरुमा संसदको ध्यान गइरहेको छैन भन्ने बाहिर परिरहेको छ। तर यी कुराहरुको बावजुद पनि हामीभित्र केही समस्याहरू छन्। यहाँले अघि केही चर्चा गरे जस्तो संसदप्रतिको अहिले जनधारणा हिजोभन्दा कमजोर हुँदै गइरहेको छ।
Speaker Ghimire said that he has been giving instructions for speedy finalization of bills related to the implementation of federalism, including school education and federal civil service. In the program, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Narayan Prasad Dahal, said that the parliamentary system has not yet been opened and there needs to be a debate on it. Deputy Speaker Indira Rana expressed her concern that even after 9 years of the Constitution, the Federalism Implementation Law has not been made. Welcome back. The subcommittee under State Affairs and Good Governance Committee had agreed on the Corruption Prevention Act Amendment Bill that the person holding the public office will not be automatically suspended as soon as they are charged with the case. The subcommittee's meeting held yesterday agreed on the bill to amend the system of automatic suspension as soon as the case is filed. Now, if the punishment is not claimed during the filing of the case, if only loss and confiscation of property is claimed, the National Service employees will not be suspended. In the case of buying property, the seller and the buyer are not subject to suspension if the buyer is a public servant who has been sued for confiscation of the property. In the Lalita Niwas land case, the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIAA made 65 people defendants during the seizure of their land. Now, if a case is filed against an employee for this offence, there will be no suspension. Likewise, the government has already decided to withdraw the statute of limitations in corruption cases. It has been agreed that the authority to look into improper activities will now not be given to National Vigilance Center. In the Nepalese year 2072, during the process of writing constitution, the authority to investigate unfair actions was taken away from the CIAA. The subcommittee also had removed the provision that the Commission for Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIAA also investigate irregularities and corruption in the private sector. The committee argues that when the authorities are not able to exercise their rights given now, it should not be arranged to see the private sector ones as well. Around 600,000 to 700,000 Nepali youths migrate for foreign employment every year. However, the youths return to the country falling victims to different long-term diseases. Government lacks interest on the treatment of the migrant workers and fails to provide them basic health services. 27% of the total kidney dialysis patients and 28.9% of the total kidney transplant patients at Shahid Dharma Bhakta Transplant Center in Bhaktapur are migrant workers. Most of the migrant workers fall victims to the kidney-related ailment due to working under high temperatures, having bottled drinks instead of water. They work in extreme temperatures of the Gulf countries for more than 12 hours. Likewise, they sleep in the air-conditioned room during the night while work under extreme sun. The sudden change in the temperature is a leading factor to affect their lifestyle and failure of several body organs. Although government lacks unified data, it is reported that the migrant workers fall victims to different communicable and mental illnesses. The workers often submit fake medical reports while opting for foreign employment and return back with severe problems when their health deteriorates. Inability to utilize insurance services by the workers bring greater problems, and language barrier, homesickness and others are the common causes of the mental illness. Although Ministry of Labour is aware of the health problems migrant workers are facing, no concrete initiatives have been taken to solve the problems. The migrant workers face larger troubles due to government's negligence. Hundreds of people return back home in coffins on daily basis. It is yet to find out if government implements the suggestions that are given by the task force to improve the health of the workers. It is time for international news. Canada's Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland has resigned from her post, citing disagreements with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on how to respond to incoming President Donald Trump's threat of tariffs. She announced her resignation in a letter to Trudeau on Monday, in which she said the two have been at odds about the best path forward for Canada, and pointed to the grave challenge posed by Trump's policy of aggressive economic nationalism. Freeland said the decision comes after Trudeau informed her last week that he no longer wanted her to be his government's top economic advisor. Her resignation came hours before she was due to provide an annual fiscal government update in Parliament. The finance minister's decision dealt an unexpected blow to the already unpopular Trudeau government. The latter states that the main reason for the resignation is the disagreement between the finance minister and prime minister over the future of Canada in the past few weeks. The finance minister also warned the prime minister that the country is facing serious challenges and that the new administration in the United States is adopting a policy of aggressive economic nationalism, so the threat of 25% tariff needs to be taken seriously. It is reported that with the finance minister's resignation, Prime Minister Trudeau has appointed Dominic LeBlanc, who has been serving as the Minister of Public Safety, as the new finance minister. The resignation of Freeland, who has also served as the Deputy Prime Minister, is one of the biggest crises Trudeau has faced since taking office in November 2015. 3 people, including the suspect, have died in a school shooting in Madison, the capital of the U.S. state of Wisconsin. As per the report, 6 people were injured in the school shooting, citing local police. 2 of the 6 injured are in critical condition. A student opened fire at the private Christian school in the state of Wisconsin, killing a teacher and teenage student. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes has so far declined to identify the attacker or their gender, but U.S. media has reported that the attacker is a 17-year-old female. The shooter was also a student at the same school. Police said that the incident took place at Imbadant Life Christian School in Madison. The suspect, a student at the school, died before police officers arrived at the scene. It is not yet clear why the suspect opened the fire. Therefore, police have launched an investigation into the incident. In view of the incident, police have urged locals to be vigilant and have completely closed the road to nearby school. It is said that federal, local and FBI teams have been deployed to investigate the incident. The private school, which is filled with 400 students, had conducted the incident. Police initially thought 5 people had died, but Madison Police Chief Barnes later confirmed that 3 students had died. Syria's former President Bashar al-Assad had said that he never intended to flee to Russia in what is purported to be his first statement since the fall of Damascus 8 days ago. Assad's reported statement was put on the media belonging to the Syrian presidency on Monday, although it is not clear who currently controls it or whether he wrote it. In it, he says that as the Syrian capital fell to rebels, he went to a Russian military base in Latakia province to oversee combat operations, only to see that Syrian troops had abandoned positions. He further says that Hammam air base had also come under intensified attack by drone strikes, and the Russians had decided to airlift him to Moscow. In the statement published in Arabic and English, the former Syrian leader reportedly describes what happened on 8th of December and how he was apparently besieged at the Russian base. The statement says that with no viable means of leaving the base, Moscow requested that the base's command arrange an immediate evacuation to Russia on the evening of 8th December Sunday. This took place a day after the fall of Damascus following the collapse of the final military possessions and the resulting paralysis of the remaining state institutions. The statement adds that at no point during these events did I consider stepping down or seeking refuge. On December 8, 2024, Syrian rebels seized Damascus after a lightning advance that sent Assad fleeing to Russia, ending more than 50 years of the Assad family rule. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.